Good day, everyone. Pasay Baller here. We will be talking about this much awaited matchup between two greatest boxers, perhaps, of all time. Yeah, excuse my cat. Of course, it's Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, the only 8 division champion in the record ever. And of course, Spence, who is currently undefeated and is the champion at the moment. So it's like before versus no 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 the past versus the present, so to speak. And what's intriguing is that the difference between the two in terms of the age, right? Pacquiao is 42 years old and Spence is at 31. So I'm gonna share my thoughts and my prediction on this one. But before we start that, I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, click on the bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving this notification whenever there is a new video that's uploaded. All right. Again, Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. This will happen August 21st, 2021 in Las Vegas. This is a pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. I'm very excited to see this one. And here, let me go ahead and share my predictions on this. Obviously, in terms of size, Errol Spence has the advantage. Spence is actually taller than Manny Pacquiao by like 3.5 inches. Pacquiao is around 5'6". Spence is around 5'9", 5'9.5". Plus the reach. Pacquiao only has like 37 and Spence has 42. So again, in terms of size, as always, Pacquiao has the disadvantage and his opponent has the advantage on him. All right. Now let's move on to the experience. Well, I guess needless to say, Manny Pacquiao has the advantage on this. And when I say has the advantage, I'm talking about advantage, if you know what I mean, ultra advantage. Manny Pacquiao has seen and has fought a lot of Errol Spence in his past. And the question is, for Errol Spence, I know he is the champion, and I got a lot of respect with that. A very humble guy. Unlike the past fighters that Pacquiao had, right? A lot of talking and all that. So I have a lot of respect to this champion. How many Pacquiaos has Errol Spence encountered or met? Right? That's like my question. And I'm a huge fan of experience. Whenever I apply for a job or something, that's something that I actually always talk about, my experience about a certain role that I'm applying for. Because for me, experience would really bring you miles, if you know what I'm saying. So Manny Pacquiao, again, he has encountered a lot of troubles in the ring before. He has encountered a lot of situations, scenarios, and that's something that Errol Spence still lacks for me. All right. So in terms of speed, normally if the person is 42 years old and the other opponent or his opponent is at 31 years old, of course we would say, needless to check on everything, we would say that Errol Spence would have the advantage in terms of speed. But I really beg to disagree on this one, because we're talking about speed and we're talking about boxing here. We're not talking about Pacquiao and Errol Spence, doing a race, right? Or playing basketball or something. We're talking about boxing. So when we talk about speed in boxing, that's your application of your speed and quickness, whether if you're able to move from point A to point B to get the angle that you want and that you need so that you can get that jab or that left hook if you're Manny Pacquiao, or whatever kind of punch that you want to take. If we're talking about playing speed, yeah, it's Errol Spence. But if we're talking about speed, like boxing speed, the application of speed inside the ring, I would still go with Manny Pacquiao. This was Manny Pacquiao's weapon ever since. Of course, way back, Manny Pacquiao's power is just crazy, but it's really his speed that allowed him to be the champion. It's really his speed that allowed him to hit those left hooks. His movement from point A to point B, even point C, so that he would be able to get that proper angle, so that he could hit the opponent properly, and so that he won't be touched as well, so that he won't be hit. That's Manny Pacquiao's, I would say, strength is his speed. Now, that's why my take on this one is that in terms of speed, I would, I would give it to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao can move from, from this angle to the other angle, from point A to point B again. I'm just repeating myself, so that he can get the shot that he wants, and so that he could actually fool you or confuse you, and that could actually start something bad for the opponent. So I'm giving the speed advantage towards Manny Pacquiao. Now, let's talk about power. When we talk about power, I remember Manny Pacquiao knocking a lot of boxers out way back. And when I say way back, that was way back. All right. And for the past 10 years, I guess, I gotta, I gotta be honest, and I gotta be fair. I'm a Filipino. Everyone knows that. So a lot of people are saying that I'm leaning towards Pacquiao in all those aspects, but no, I gotta say that in terms of power, it's not like Manny Pacquiao is no longer, doesn't have power anymore. He would punch me right now, and I'm gonna be dead. But that's gone. I'm not saying gone, but before, if Manny Pacquiao wants to knock you out, he could anytime. But again, because of his age, we always see him winning. He's a champion right now. He's the senator champion, but normally he gets it via decision, but no longer with power. But with power, we've seen that with Aaron, with Spence. I guess he has 21 wins via KOs, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so that's a huge statement on what on how powerful Spence is. So in terms of power, I'm gonna give it to Spence. I'm gonna give it to Spence, and I guess that's no brainer. Now, in terms of chin, this one's interesting because I'm gonna go back to the experience that I was saying earlier. Again, Pacquiao has seen a lot of Errol Spences before. He has fought a lot of Errol Spences before. He has been hit. He has been in trouble. He has been knocked out, right? But Errol Spence, yes, he is. He doesn't have any knockouts yet. He doesn't have any losses, by the way. But again, how many Pacquiaos has he met? Has he encountered in the ring? I know a lot of people are saying that Spence's chin is already tested because he's already the champion, and I can't disagree with that. But we're talking about whose chin is actually tougher. And man, I gotta give it to Manny. I gotta give it to Manny Pacquiao because again, that has something to do with the experience as well. He has been hit by a Cotto, but by a whole lot. I don't want to go through all those opponents that Manny Pacquiao has met and encountered, but he has been hit. He has been hit hard, and again, he has been in trouble a lot of times in the ring, and he's able to pull it through. He was able to survive, and he was able to make it. Matter of fact, here he is right now at 42. He's still fighting, and he's still the champion. So in terms of chin, I'm gonna give it to Manny Pacquiao. The advantage, I'm gonna give it to Manny Pacquiao. That is also one of the reasons for me as to why there are a lot of commentators or a lot of boxers who are saying that don't discount Manny Pacquiao's power, because again, Errol Spence hasn't received a kind of power that Manny Pacquiao can bring. Again, he might have encountered a lot of good boxers before, but not a Manny Pacquiao. So I'm gonna give it to Manny. Now, in terms of stamina, Manny Pacquiao has been 42 years old, is now 42 years old, and I know he's doing a lot of, a lot of stuff to increase his stamina, to improve his stamina. Um, but again, I gotta be fair. Stamina goes to Spence. The dude's 31 years old. The dude's athletic. He can actually make it to the 12th round or maybe even 15th round if ever there is still a 15 rounder, and he would still be fine. Manny Pacquiao, he can still do 12 round matches just like has been doing previously, but again, his effectiveness or effectivity, I'm confused now, but as the rounds progress, his him being effective decreases because, man, you gotta give it in. You gotta understand the dude's 42 years old and is freaking busy in the Senate. I mean, no kidding. In terms of stamina, I'm gonna give it to Errol Spence. All right, so who's gonna win? It's really tough. It's really tough for me. Obviously, as it is right now, Spence. According to what I wrote down here, so Spence has the advantage in terms of size, power, and stamina, while Pacquiao has the advantage in terms of the experience, the speed, and chin. So it's really really tough because this is boxing, man. In a snap, anything can happen. Um, but I feel like Manny's winning. I feel like Manny's winning because I feel like Manny would be more careful. Manny would try to be more precise on what they would do. I think Manny would understand that he's already 42 years old and anytime he can be knocked out. Manny understands that Errol Spence is the champion and he's way bigger than him. So I think the approach that they would have, along with of course Freddie Roach, would be a bit more careful, would be a bit more tactical. While there is the tendency for Spence though, to be not really being cocky, but to be a bit confident, overconfident at that, and that could actually give him some trouble if he would do that. So there's that possibility. I'm not saying that he would act like that or he would be like that, but there's that possibility. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Manny. I know in terms of the odds, a lot of people are saying that Errol would win, but just like I said, I'm a huge sucker of experience. I'm a huge fan of experience, so I'm gonna lean towards Manny Pacquiao. Right? Again, my pick on this one would be Manny Pacquiao winning the fight. I don't know if it's gonna be a decision or if it's gonna be knockout or stoppage. I don't know, but my pick on this one is that Manny Pacquiao would actually win this match or win this fight on August 21, 2021. Thank you for those who have been supporting our channel. You guys take care out there. Take care of yourselves, and may this COVID thing be gone soon. Peace out, Pasay love, and God bless.